Hey guys, we have made it to this next Friday for the Human Interact stream. We're back. We just got back from DreamHack and we have a wonderful, wonderful game to play and an even possibly more wonderful guest with us. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? What's up?
Hey, let me put the dog down. He's being annoying. I'm Yahel from Wrestling with Gaming, the Wrestling with Gaming channel, and this game is a masterpiece.
There you go. We heard it. You just heard it right there. Shut it down. We're done. Thank you. That's the stream for this week.
This game is an adventure.
I love adventure games. I love FMV games. I love games that probably shouldn't be played by anybody.
This is I should have pulled up the Twitch page. No, this is a great game.
You say it with so much confidence. You know what? Let's just jump in. Let's just let the intro speak for itself.
If you ask Tom Zito, he'll tell you it's a great game.
All right. So this is a Sega Saturn game. We're gonna just start from the beginning, and it's got a pretty cool intro. This is not the intro of the game. This is a Sega Saturn boot, man.
I got a era appropriate beverage. I love that the first thing that pops up is Tom Zito's name.
He owned this shit, man. Graveyard Edition. Are you ready for this? This isn't just the regular Corpse Killer.
I'm actually pretty excited because this is, I think, the only version of Corpse Killer I haven't seen. The Mantle wrote, got any Fruitopia there?
He's the Manny. What's up, Manny? What's up? Manny. What's up, Emmy? What's up, Sophie? What's up, Watercolor Games? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? You ready?
So how would you describe the acting?
Why describe it when you can just watch it?
I describe it as an erotic tapestry. So the guy that wrote this game, Ken Melville, he wrote and created Sewer Shark.
Get your booty down here, you poor damn fool. Winston gonna cut you down, man. But we gotta jump quick now. Zombie come.
FMV gaming, baby.
You know, I appreciate that they actually call them zombies. So many games and movies and films always try to come up with, a cute little name for it. So, I mean, look at all the positives I'm already finding.
This is the 90s. This is the 90s, baby, okay? Like, there's very little you could do wrong in this fever dream of a game. What's up, Medivere? Welcome to the Human Interact stream. Welcome back. So, let's go ahead and get started on this masterpiece called Corpse Killer, a Tom Zito joint.
You dying, Lieutenant. Zombie bite got a poison in you. Winston Crown. Yeah, man. Hey, bro, like your piece, man. Yeah. We gonna party some now, huh? I not so dumb, bro. Bet you bad, man, not with that shooting iron, huh?
He's laying it on so thick.
Yeah, it really is. He's going for it.
I be your taxi. Keep you living, man. We wanna get big, a hammer cheap like what Arnold got in Hollywood.
I don't know if, does Fupa actually really read like shit?
I don't know.
I don't even know what kind of language this is.
Fupa! Banana zombie Fupa! Welcome wagon. Light them up.
All right, let's shoot some things. All right, so this is the gameplay right here.
Why were there subtitles for the one thing that was easily understandable?
I don't know.
He yelled zombie fupa, very easy to understand, and everything else is like a mess. But anyways, the picture quality on this version looks much better than even the 3DO version, I would say.
Yes, this is the best version, which is why we picked this one to play out of all of them. I almost...
I think that,
Yeah, man. Lots of buzzard meat.
Look at that. Look at that effect right there.
man,
Hey!
You missed one.
I'm not dead!
this makes
Julie Barnes, journalist. Sure read my stuff. Syndicated. But when I break this story, I'll have books, late night talk shows, TV, the works.
The only thing you gonna break, lady, is your neck.
Winston, I'm trying to talk to the lieutenant here.
Such thespians.
Has he been telling
This
you about
is-
that crazy pirate story? It's pathetic. How about the voodoo witch
this is her
doctor
best
routine?
take.
Perhaps maybe you and I are a little bit
I'm
late.
not driving you, Miss Daisy, no place. In my bodyguard.
Oh wait, now he is.
I think you might have skipped.
No, that's how it works. That's the cut.
Lieutenant, why did the Pentagon order its top search and destroy squad into this squalid little hellhole?
Him not just toolie guy. Him just pull the trigger.
Cool toy. I bet you know how to turn it on. And I bet you know how to do a lot of things. What do you know about this guy, Lieutenant?
What do you? That's a segue.
The vacuum darling of the Pentagon.
I bet you knew how to do a lot of
I
things.
figured they set
Oh,
him up
yeah?
on a project on haywire,
As most
and you're the
humans.
Terminator. I'm right, aren't I?
This be blowgun to take out sentries. They tough man. Mercenary fighter. If you get
How
into
tough
camp,
are they if you can take him out with a
go
blowgun?
everywhere. Wax everybody. How hard can it be? They already dead.
All right.
How tough can they be if you're taking them out with a blowgun?
So this is the one part where you don't get the machine gun to actually hold down the button and do it. So I have to like tap this button really fast to do this segment here. And these segments are so short, it's actually quicker just to like hit everything than to try to hit them. Because
Yeah.
the frame rate's pretty low.
Where to, brah?
And so right now they're actually showing you like, this is a weird way to introduce the game because they're showing the, when you storm the fortress. So basically, you can go to the swamp or village first and then go to the fortress. You kind of want to hit these because you want to like ramp up your stuff, basically. You got to get,
Right,
there's a lot of grinding.
Greetings, Lieutenant. Perhaps you recognize these 4 pieces of human jerky over here.
Recognize you from the movie Ghost.
Yeah, this guy's been in a bunch of stuff. He's a real actor. I don't know how he got wrapped up in this.
It won't stop the lieutenant. Lieutenant's coming back for us. And he's coming back for you too, Hellman, you stinking piece of crap. Something else.
The gun killers are coming, brah. Them swarming. Could smell them. Atomic beehole.
DOS Gaming Network says, oh, hey, it's that random actor every single horror movie has.
Oh, hey, DOS Gaming Network. Fancy seeing you here. So I love how the zombies here can fly.
I love how they're like dressed up in 70s wear. Like it's just what they had in the wardrobe, you know, at the time. It was like, that'll work.
Yeah. They can fly. They throw skull grenades. Then they throw like axes too.
That was at the other section. So, here's the thing. I'm like going around and like killing everything, but they don't tell you how to play the game until you've died a couple times.
This is a game you feel.
For antidote. Bullets too. Good.
Can't afford to lose your roster, man.
All right, so this is one of the
People
gameplay
insulted.
sections here we have to talk about here because there is very little information on this game on like how to play it, and so I'm gonna actually teach you guys how to play this game. So if you decide that you want to host your own shitty game night, you can be the one person that can actually finish this.
No one's gonna decide that.
So on the very bottom here, you've got these different bullets. The N is the normal bullets. The WD is Datura bullets. They're just regular Datura bullets.
A real thing.
Yeah. The A is armor piercing. They usually say APs when they talk about it. And the ADs are armor piercing Datura bullets. And those are the ones you're going to basically need to farm to beat the bosses in this game. So I've got 99 health. I don't need any more breath, which is what gives you health. So I'm going to take the Datura bullets, which actually converts your AP bullets into AD bullets.
See, and people don't like think that there's any strategy to these FMV games.
Dude, they added a lot to this one.
Tom Zito doesn't fuck around.
You're the one decaying and dying. My soldiers have been charged with the elemental power of nature. It ripped them out of the ground and stood them up. Eternal death is inevitable. You can have it in a box or standing tall. Your choice.
You can tell this guy's a theater actor.
I like how the villain has a steady cam rig in his lair.
Village got dead boys. Plenty tough. You're gonna get barbecue man bone there. Maybe juju stick too.
Alright, so those things he's talking about, the Juju Stick and the Babako something, those are items that basically prevent you from taking damage from these guys that require special bullets to kill. The guys that in the black, you have to hit them, or they do a lot of damage, and they keep coming at you over and over again. The guys that show up in front, full screen like that, they require armor-piercing bullets. So you have like 2 types of bullets to hit them with if you want to kill them. It's just anything with an A on it.
Yeah, those guys don't show up in the 3DO and Sega CD version.
Yeah. So I didn't get anything from that because I took too much damage, but that's okay because I've got enough armor-piercing bullets to go through the fortress and free one of my team members. I love how they just show like an action figure hooked up to it, and it's supposed to be the guy. It's supposed to be like an out-of-focus version of the guy.
Isn't it supposed to be like implied like it's some kind of voodoo thing?
The you're about to face is composed completely of electrocuted mass murderers.
What?
They dig these guys up. In life, they showed no mercy. And now, they've really got nothing to lose.
I love how he just owns it. He fucking owns it. He knows that it's like a terrible. Look, they're showing the guy being electrocuted, and then what? This turns into bombs.
Fortress, yes. Your posse's got very sick dudes, brah. Bad dudes, man. Bad dudes. Yeah, brah. There's the great Babylon fortress now.
Fantastic.
Then just repeat bad dudes 4 times.
Cover me, brah. I'm going in.
Yeah, he's like, cover me, but you gotta like kill a bunch of guys. And so when you do these fortress runs, there's a lot of guys. So you'll notice there's also items falling from the sky. If it's the skull with the stick going through it, you want to avoid shooting that one because you actually lose health on that. Which is totally a boneheaded decision to make when you're designing a game, because it's like you just want to shoot everything.
Right.
It's not,
especially this kind of game.
Yeah, it's not clear that you're supposed to do any of this unless you've read the manual. Which, by the way, is online. Why don't you post a link to it? Because it's got some really good things to read along while I farm stuff here.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, go ahead. I messaged it to you on Twitter. It's got some really good lore in there that's not in the game.
Yeah, that's actually pretty typical of these digital pictures games. Are you sure you sent it to me on Twitter?
Yeah, I did. I can link it in the chat here in just a little bit.
Oh, was it a while ago?
Yeah, it was last night.
This is gonna be reunion place for you, man. But
oh yeah, you did.
The Manny says, did you check your ICQ?
Do you really think his crazy voodoo potion bullets are gonna change him back?
Got to work, doing it, gal.
To move this place.
I feel like.
Lucky ones.
Let me be quiet.
There's too much exposition going on. It's so fast.
Get going.
Yeah, so what I was going to mention is that compared to the Sega CD and the 3DO version, the gameplay segments seem to be shorter. I don't know if it's just because I haven't played it in like a few months. I play it so often. You'd think I would say I haven't played this in like 15 years. I haven't played it in 3 months.
Check out these digital effects on this.
I underestimated you, Lieutenant. I should have listened to your associate, Mr. Maliano.
Friday. So now that's what the guy looks like. I have to use the AD bullets on him or the WD bullets on him. And you'll hear the things bouncing off him as I do it. But there's like guys coming out everywhere, so it's like really hard to tell where he is. There we go. He doesn't take too many hits.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Power goo!
Yeah, my girlfriend likes that Snapchat filter a lot.
Lieutenant? Oh, thanks, Lieutenant. I owe you one. Flemmy, Duffy, and the captain, they're still back there. That freak Hellman still has them. We gotta get back there. You gotta help them, Lieutenant. You gotta.
Somebody wrote Discount Pauly Shore. Dallas Gaming Network.
Use this. Maybe that'll help.
Ah, man. Drink this zombie cocktail.
That doesn't sound like a good thing to drink. Drink this death juice.
So they actually explain at the beginning of the game that you've been bitten by a zombie. And if you look at the health on the bottom left, the idea is it's going down slowly as you turn into a zombie. So you can drink the breath, which reverses the zombification because you haven't turned fully zombie yet. And so now I just got 50 health for that.
Another partner saved. You're a righteous dude, man.
I've always been attracted to straight shooters.
It's an erotic tapestry, like I said.
Yeah. And so now we are at the graveyard, which is your base of operations. So let's clear it out.
Why would you make this your base of operations?
To give you an excuse to shoot some more things.
Like, there's a zombie outbreak. I think you want to avoid the cemetery at all costs. You want to go to like a library, somewhere where like no one's at.
They actually do explain it in the story. The reason why they're doing it is because they're trying to make it so that if he takes over the graveyard, they'll have enough dead bodies to take over the rest of the world.
Of course.
And I might just die here, jeez.
That was close, bruh. They got a lot of stuff, but not too bad. Way to hang in there, man.
That was a little too exciting. I don't need any zombie tonsil shots.
Is everything she says like
sexual?
Like oddly sexual?
Yeah, she's got like a double entendre, sometimes a single entendre like going on.
Yeah.
So in this part of the game, now they're going to teach you how to play the game. To get here, you already need to know how to play the game because you notice that those flashing guys, if you hit them when they're dark, you actually lose health.
Yeah, that's like a thing. Actually, Thunder in Paradise does that.
I'm afraid you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, so like each one of these little things are like, hey, here's what the Datura plant does.
Datura plants. I found it in camp out by jungle. Make powerful zombie killer potion for bullets or antidote for zombie bites. Your choice, brah. Breaths are bullets.
So yeah, and we can pick up different pieces of the story here, and I'm gonna have to come here a lot. So let's go ahead and did you pull up the manual here?
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, pull up the manual, and I might have to post it in chat. So I've got it here. You should take a look at this because the descriptions of these guys in the manual are quite good. And not only that, it shows like a whole email, and half of the email is the metadata in terms of like what's coming from the Department of Defense, and then the other half's like, yeah, by the way, your buddy, I forget what his name is. What's the Rastafarian's name?
Winston.
They're like, yeah, Winston, he's like ex-Desert Storm. He fucked up a lot of guys there. He's a real military man. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's ex-Cobra. And Mask.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start farming AP bullets. And now this would be a good time to probably read parts of the manual because like everything here is just going to be like, yeah, you got them.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to get through to the. Drag this down a little bit.
Because right now I have no AP bullets. I need health and stuff. So now's a good time to hit that manual up and tell me.
So Julie is a struggling journalist. She stumbled across the shocking Project Manpower that she did in Washington, and the sordid trail of rumor and innuendo has led her to K Noir. Nothing will stand in her way as she stalks the story of a lifetime. By the way, I love that the main villain, his name is Hell Man.
Yes.
Right, like
Dr.
it's a
Hellman.
Man.
Come here, man. I find treasure coordinates, bruh. You gotta follow me now. Very important location.
He's nuts. You are absolutely mental, you know. He wants to take you on some wild goose chase to go find some pirate treasure. Now, I, on the other hand, have a major breakthrough in my story.
I can't help but laugh.
And I can't wait any longer. You will take me there, won't you?
You will take me there. I like how there's a group of zombies called the Dead Boys, DED, BOYZ.
And they look like they've got one button up here with like the flannel and like the baggy shorts. They look like some LA vatos, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Me great father teach I and I to throw Babaku man board. Bones give to I, picture conjure, past, present, and future. Winston gonna guide you to what it is you seek.
So he can tell me like where I should go next, and then get a little voice clip sometimes if I do the bones. So let's see what he does when he throws the bones down.
Zombie come to raise the dead. You wait for them here, demolish evil.
Thanks, buddy. Like
Hey.
those lines are like not very good at all.
No. It was very anticlimactic when he threw the bones down.
Oh, I know.
Like it was like a 1/4-inch drop.
So each one of those characters, they have a little side quest that they can do. And if you complete both of their side quests, you get a very special ending. So I'm going to see if I can complete that and do the game. I should be able to do it in the 2 hours that we have here.
Is Julie part of the special ending, or?
Yeah, they're both, but you want to get both of them. Otherwise, I'm not sure if there's like an ending where you only got like one of their quests done, but not the other. But Julie and Winston.
In all seriousness, though, it is kind of impressive that this FMV team has managed to fit in side quests. And you know, there's a level of strategy here. Like, I really think these digital pictures games get a bad rap.
They do get a bad rap, and it's because of the corniness of them.
Yeah,
and also they at least back when they were reviewed, is the lack of gameplay, because gameplay at this time was getting a lot better.
Story!
Homer!
Story!
So yeah, they're like, please do our side quests.
Right.
Let's take a look at this censored video. Too hot for TV.
We picked this up on a broadband scanner last night.
There was some resistance at first.
This guy's pretty creepy, actually.
Senators, the top brass, they all wanted it. I knew they did. Their decaying, life-ridden bodies were hooked from the first thrill of the battle videos.
Cameraman's got some MTV Tude going on.
Yeah.
But the slaughter was real. Some third world dung heap that had pissed off the president. We wired the zombies with helmet cams. Let me show you some of the footage.
This guy's good.
Yeah, you can tell it's a real thespian.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah,
now.
it's just like I was playing this last night, like in the dark, and like when those big ass zombies come, I was like, "Fuck!" When I'm like shooting everything. You can get into this game. You can get into it. So what should we do next? Should we do the Winston quest, or should we do the Julie quest, or should I keep farming for the next soldier?
Do the Julie quest.
All right, the Julie quest. Let's do it.
I assume that they're both kind of similar from what I remember.
Well, you just keep shooting things as you go left and right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really miffed that I took his Jeep, right? Big deal. Let's go.
I stole his only mode of transportation on an island full of zombies. Big deal.
Over there. I hear something.
Also, sprite scaling was something that the Sega CD could do, but these sprites are way bigger on the Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
And also the video quality is better, and also the video window is a lot bigger too.
Oh yeah.
Because they say it's full screen. It's not quite full screen, but it's really close.
I got shots that link this whole mess to the Pentagon and Project Manpower. Thanks for.
You know what's kind of shocking?
Maybe we can do this again sometime.
Is that the HUD is transparent.
And there are actually buttons bound on the controller to change that. So let's go see what picture she picked up here. She talks about it a little bit.
This is it. This proves the Pentagon's behind the whole thing. I mean,
Does it?
forget Iran-Contra, get ready for Corpsegate.
She said, forget Iran-Contra, how about Corpsegate?
I know, right? Just two guys carrying a box just proves the Pentagon's behind. No wonder she's a struggling journalist. Jesus Christ.
Let's do it!
Alright, so now I'm farming some more AP bullets so I can get full AD because, oh god, this guy's like swimming at me in the air. It's so awkward, these guys just like floating right there. Look at that guy. Oh shit, gotta get that guy. You don't have a lot of time to look at these animations, but they look like they're just drunk walking around like at night.
Right.
APs, alright.
Alright, so you get about 40 APs every time you do one of those little AP quests. But then you gotta do a Datura quest on top of that to turn it into Datura armor-piercing bullets, which you need like about 70 or 80 of them every time you go through the fortress. So I think you can see why people gave this not such a good rap, because it's like, this is the part of the game that kind of like drags on.
Alright, let's get them, bro.
Alright.
So I'll read into the description of one of these zombies. The renegades, these unaffiliated, derelict, dead dudes roam around and may attack at any time. Watch out. I feel like they got real lazy on that one. They may attack any time. Watch out.
They're zombies, they could attack!
They're not on your side.
Alright, so I'm gonna go and switch those armor-piercing bullets into Datura bullets. Oh, and by the way, as those guys grab you, you lose armor-piercing bullets. Remember how I had 40 and I only had 25 there?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's a big fuck you while you play the game.
It's funny, like, I know I've played this game way more times than you, but you know way more about the gameplay of it.
Now, this is a Saturn version. It could be different on Sega CD, so...
A few things are different, but I bet that stuff's the
You are
same.
not here on R&R, Lieutenant. You are here to blow my brains out. A charming gesture, but quite futile. The new system cannot
This dude's
be
trying so hard.
infected. The new order will not tolerate disorder. Unliving, yet undying, immortal beings will inherit the earth. It is my time!
Alright, cool, dude. You do you.
It's worse than I thought. He knows everything we know and a great deal more.
How do we know what? I don't know, but there it is.
Okay, now, the bad guy's a really good actor, right?
Yeah, he is. He's an actual movie actor.
Winston is okay. He's not bad.
Winston's actually been in a lot of TV shows, even recently. He did TV for like ever after this.
I believe it, and he commits. You know, he's doing he's okay, right? He's not bad.
He's doing a good job. He's like,
okay,
fuck it, I got this thing. Maybe it's a little weird, but you know what, just do it.
This is gonna launch my career in digital pictures. But the girl's so bad.
Kingston Station.
You're on a cover-up mission, Lieutenant, for your fat cat political bosses in the Pentagon. Their evil and yours will be eviscerated by me.
Ay, Hellman. Palabra de bota la changa. Que cachipa no.
Klingon? Yeah, I think he might be speaking Klingon. It's gonna throw a kapla in there.
Was he a Klingon, maybe?
He's got the voice for it.
I mean, this was around 95.
It's around the time. Yeah, it's the right time.
All right, so this is Winston's side quest. He's just looking for treasure because he wants to buy a Hummer. That is his motivation. Literally, I want to buy a Hummer, bro.
So, speaking of Klingons, little fact I discovered last week: John Tesh was a Klingon on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
Yeah, these gameplay parts are much shorter than they were on Sega CD.
It was bound for Yucatan from Louis Quince's bodacious mistress when it ran afoul of Eddie Teach. That's Blackbeard, you know. This went down about 1700, but they didn't have Hummers then, so who cares, huh?
He's totally obsessed with getting his Hummer.
Come now, let's be jumping.
That is totally unscripted right there. You can tell that was not part of it. You can see the camera operator stopping, and then he's like going. He's like, oh shit, let's just keep rolling with it. He's going, you know?
Right.
He's ad-libbing it. Just saying so.
It's a fucking thespian, man.
There you go. You gotta be for these FMV games.
How did the girl get her part? Because the other two are good actors, you know, good enough at least. And she is like so much worse than that.
Maybe it was supposed to be a love interest and then they just decided to do away with it.
I have a theory. Tom Zito is really into photography. So Tom Zito, for you guys that don't know, he's the head of digital pictures. He owned digital pictures and this was his dream, these FMV games. Anyways, he has a website right now for some of his photography. And he's got a lot of like scantily clad women that he has pictures of on his website.
Maybe?
So, I suspect there's some sort of connection to his photography going on here.
All right, I'm gonna get some health here because I need to health up.
And Alex, part of the reason why I say that is I believe you were telling me that she had quite the career after this.
Yeah. So the girl that plays Julie in this, her career consisted of some R-rated films and some not rated films too. That she seemed to be the girl that bore some body parts.
Yeah. Sophie asked us, so does this really go on for 2 hours?
Yes, it takes about 2 hours to beat this game because you have to farm stuff.
But a lifetime for it to leave your mind.
Exactly. Alright, good.
I mean, this game makes The Walking Dead look like Z Nation.
This is why zombie games couldn't be taken seriously. It wasn't until like the late 2000s that they're like, okay, we're gonna do this good.
Gotcha, primo AP.
All right, so I got the AP bullets. I'm gonna skip these 2 cutscenes.
So DOS Gaming said, so she was the mid-90s Shannon Elizabeth. That's not a bad comparison, except this game is from the mid-90s though, so Shannon Elizabeth was still around.
So Emmy's asking, I'm bored, when are you gonna die? Dying in this game is really bad because you go straight. It's a permadeath. And so I can show saving in this game too because it's the Sega Saturn had basically like no memory cards like the PlayStation did, even though it's like the same generation as PlayStation games. It's just a battery that stored your games. All right, let's get these Datura bullets. That'll give me 80. Very good. I'll be able to jump in on this.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Your health is good.
Let's see if there's oh, she's talking to Barnes here. Let's play this cutscene here.
Our media stonewall on Project Manpower has been holding until now. This Julie Barnes could be trouble for us. Take a look at this.
The Navy claims no nothing of this mad scientist. He promised the military the army of the living dead. Yeah, Freddy, zombies. Deal with it. The cemetery's empty of remains. I mean, that's where they got the bodies for the whole Project Manpower thing. Get this. The Pentagon just ordered damage control strike against an uncharted island in the Caribbean. Got that, Freddy?
Deal with it. Oh, all that she was missing was the little emoji glasses.
All right, so now I've got enough to actually do... yeah, DOS Gaming Network. Saturn was saved by CMOS battery-powered RAM. Yeah, there was like a CR2032. It was SRAM, so once the battery died, all your saves went away. It really sucked.
Clearly, they were trying to copy the CDI.
But at least the battery is easily replaceable. Like, you can just pull it out of the back, so they didn't copy that glorious part of the CDI.
Well, the CDI games are so good. You have such a good time that you never forget about it. And isn't that what's really important, Alex?
Yeah.
There's no problems with the
got another
CDI.
partner in there. Let's get to Fortress and then zombieize him.
I'm still blown away by the transparent HUD, just because like that's real difficult to do on the Saturn. Transparencies.
Transparencies are not difficult to do in a 2D layer that's on top. It's only hard to do with 3D stuff.
3D, yeah, that's right. No, you're right. Yeah.
So believe it or not, there are buttons bound to the controller that are permanently there that increase the transparency and decrease. I'm decreasing it right now.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a button permanently bound to increase the transparency. I don't know why, but it's there. Because there are 4 fire buttons.
Stick with the dead.
Precisely. Hey, dead boys!
How long did this take to film?
Maybe a month.
Compara tu chana oka! Lemay! Lemay! Pupa! Zombie come soon. You keep them here.
Thanks, Winston. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
So Winston's gonna sneak and get me items as the zombies come here.
Oh, so she has a gun. Why doesn't
But
she
she's a
help?
photographer. She's gotta take pictures. You can
Okay,
only
but
gun or photography at once. You can't do both.
She has photographed about 332 zombies at this point. You know, I mean...
This is the Dead Boys.
Man, the Dead Boys remind me of the guy from the Pretty Fly for a White Guy video.
It's the same person. Alright, I got Datura plant, so now I can decide whether I want to heal up or get bullets. I'm going to heal up because I don't have any armor-piercing bullets. And I got enough to go to the fortress, so let's do this.
It's a big place, man. Lot of zombie here. Super Bowl of the undead. No place for you, gal.
Hope I have a wide enough lens to get all the flying intestines in frame.
Everybody else.
Aw?
Sophie says, pretty fly for a dead guy. So again, those guys that flash white, you want to kill them while they're fully white. Otherwise, oh, I'm gonna take damage from that. Those big guys that show up in front full screen can only take armor-piercing bullets, and I'm trying to save the Datura armor-piercing bullets because they, I need them to kill the boss. He's completely immune. You can get there and be screwed if you don't have them.
You know what's kind of messed up is like those guys that turn black and white, the manual says that like when they're white, that means that they're like back to the good side, and that's when you're supposed to shoot them.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of jacked up.
Hey, he's a good guy now. Shoot the man.
Kill him. How dare he?
All zombies are supposed to be bad. Oh, wait, I almost shoot that one. Oh, good, he was flashing white. If the screen flashes blue, it means you successfully, like, turn him into a bomb. If it flashes red, that means you took damage. And if it flashes yellow, it means he was in between. Alright, so we're getting ready to fight our next boss here. Got good health, good bullets.
Private First Class Rolando Fleming. I just want to say that our mission was to destroy an innocent man. Dr. Hellman is a man of peace. A man of honor.
See, Lieutenant, I'm the good guy. You and your clowns here are nothing but the political tools of a secret Pentagon operation. Strictly off the books, I might add.
Oh, really?
Lieutenant!
Like if you show
How
that
do you sleep at night?
clip of Fleming to Julie, she'll be like, that proves it.
Which reminds me, it's time for Fleming's wake-up call.
Sophie said, is that Bruno Mars? Or no, The Weeknd?
Maybe this is how Bruno Mars got made. He had to sell his soul, and now he's like the best singer ever. So this is the only time you know what he looks like. You have to recognize, like, all right, that's what he's dressed like, and there's like all these other guys coming as well, and they come pretty quickly too.
Yeah. And he only takes armor piercing, right?
Yeah. Well, Datura.
Yeah.
I might actually die on this. Okay, good. I got it. It's like fucked up. It's just like, okay, put in the second disc. It's like, it's just like, fuck, did my game just crash? So the Sega Saturn, when you switch discs, it actually bumps you out to the system menu. So this is an emulator. So imagine that I'm switching discs right now. So I got to open the disc tray, switch the disc index, and then close it. And after I do that, it's going to kick me to the system menu. And this is how you played CDs on your game console, because back in the 90s, it was like, fuck, I got a CD player. And so when I put this disc in, watch it where it dumps you. This is like kind of crazy how it just dumps you right there. Because it's got a boot up sequence, like, yeah, you got to see that Digital Pictures logo, yo.
You have to. I don't want you to confuse.
What?
I never thought I'd be happy to see your ugly face again.
Dude, you gave a false confession. That's like a war crime.
Here, drink this. It should ease your pain. His access card. It should open some interesting data files.
And now for you, brah. Drink this fupa with Datura and blood of Zombie King.
All right, brah. Blood of Zombie King. My favorite part is when you hit the pause button. It says you are paused, brah. Sorry, I'll pause. I'll let you go back to the game.
And cute, too.
Why is everything so sexual with her?
Right, that I start watching.
Hey, Manny wrote, so is this a sequel to The Men Who Stare at Goats or what?
All right, so we're back at the graveyard, which is our home base. We got to clean it up again because why not?
Don's Gaming Network wrote, I think she is about to give Lieutenant the hot hands.
By the way, for those of you who don't know the hot hands joke, Yahel streams a quite amazing game that's similar to this on the CDI. It's only on the CDI, and it only runs on actual hardware. You can't run it through an emulator. And it's called Thunder in Paradise, and it is quite an amazing game.
And one point, if you do well enough, Hulk Hogan will call a 12-year-old boy. Well, actually, he'll say that he's got the hot hands.
Well, we lost a few sticks, but they'll be back. You'll get another crack at them, eh, boss?
Yeah, so really quickly, like when you stream games on the weekend, you do a lot of like Sega stuff, right?
You need this more than I do.
Yeah, a lot of FMV stuff on the Sega CD. I'll do the 32X ones every once in a while, but they're a little more finicky, it seems like. Because most of the ones that are like burned copies, because I mean, a lot of these Sega CD games aren't worth buying.
All right, let's see what's in this cutscene over here.
The zombies attack the graveyard to raise the dead buried in the ground. If you don't stop them, their numbers will grow until you will have no hope of defeating them.
Yeah, so we're just keeping it at bay. Like, they're telling us the backstory.
Hellman has turned your squad into zombie slaves and has them guarding his fortress. However, since they are the newly dead and not crossed over fully, if you shoot them with potion bullets, they will recover. Be Jama again.
Thanks, buddy. Like, all this information would be really helpful if you could get it before you finished a whole cycle in the fortress.
Dude, that's like Thunder in Paradise. The first section takes forever, and immediately afterwards, they give you access to this computer database that explains how to defeat all of the enemies you just fought. Like,
An extinct or long-departed culture built these structures. They developed a practical science that we believe has been handed down over thousands of years and ultimately mythologized into what we call today voodoo or black magic. Hellman's genius was to reincarnate the science and marry it with modern technology. And he knew how to exploit the end result.
That's a really long push-in.
Too well.
They like timed that perfectly too. All right, so
Tom Zito doesn't play.
Yeah, now it's time to farm again. I'm gonna get some health. The first thing, that's the smart thing to do. So anyway, anything other that's in the manual? Why don't you read that little email I was talking about? It was pretty funny, actually, when I was reading it.
What part is that?
It's like
email?
the first few pages. It's like on a black. It's inverted. It's black with white text.
Okay. Oh, the one that's like your orders.
Yeah.
They're
like, yeah, don't worry, Winston's there.
You want to read the whole thing, or?
Well, I mean, like, it's just like
this is really long.
No, not the whole thing. The whole thing. Just go through and just tell me, like, what do they say about Winston? Like how he's like Black Ops or something, and he's Desert Storm.
Okay, so let's see. Proceed with Strike Force to K-Nor Matrix, Delta Drop Zone, and commence operation. Search and destroy belligerents. Fire at will. Locate and neutralize Dr. Elgin Hellman. Blah blah blah. Your strike will proceed successful. Like yourself, each of your men is supplied with a datapod access card program with unique and specific reference and strategic information. Jesus Christ. Here we go.
I've not actually seen this. Oh, I got ambushed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so randomly as you're moving around, you can get ambushed. And much like the CDI, the Sega Saturn generates new scenes without you even knowing it. That wasn't in the game yesterday.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Whoa, they actually broke a window.
On a personal note, Danny, don't get peeved about that new lieutenant I've assigned you. He kicks Saddam's butt all over the place in Desert Storm, and he's got the guts and glory special forces look in his eyes.
There you go. That's how a military man describes it. Yeah.
You need this guy, Danny.
So because I was ambushed, I got nothing out of that, and I have to do it again. Yeah.
That's pretty lame. That's pretty lame.
That's the thing that sucks about this, is that they can drain your health. They can drain your bullets. You have to use some of those resources to do it, and if you're not fully paying attention, you will lose some. You will lose those resources too, because you'll shoot like the things you're not supposed to shoot.
It's strange how like some of the zombies are like grayscale, some are like sepia.
All right, I think I got enough health now. Now we're gonna farm AP bullets. And this would be a good time to ask the chat some questions. How you guys doing right now?
Yeah, let me go back to the chat here.
Cover my butt, killer.
They may wrote, wait a second, this game has a score counter and you can just farm over and over. Why? Why is this a thing?
Yeah. So there is a score at the end. There's 1,000,000 points is number 1. And when I beat the game last night, I was only like 5th place. They expect you to farm way more than what I'm doing. I also think they expect you to spend a lot more time on the gameplay because it rocks, man. I mean, these sounds, how can you get away from that?
So Watercolor Games said, I'm doing awesome. Aced a few math assignments this week.
Yeah, good for you, Watercolor Games. All right, so I've got some AP bullets. Now I can get Datura Plant to turn them into armor-piercing Datura bullets. What's up, Thunder? Glad to see you here again. So we got a lot of regulars in here so far. If you are not a regular and are just watching this on YouTube or maybe offline, we do stream every Friday. You should come take a look at us. We're on twitch.tv/humaninteract. This is a very, oh shit! This is a very fun game. I'm having a hard time talking and doing this, okay?
Yeah, man.
Cut me some
This game
slack.
requires concentration, man.
Yeah. Like it requires concentration or something. Dude, I lost a lot of armor-piercing bullets on that. That sucks. And then also, tell us a little bit about what you do, Yahel.
So I do these little mini documentaries. Actually, they're not so mini anymore, I guess.
Don't let them fool you. These docs are like well researched. They're really well done, and frankly, he's not a guy that just like puts up the camera and goes like, "Well, I remember the Sega CD." Like, no, you actually go out and like contact these people.
Yeah, I do actual research. On the Game Shark one, I had to go to a library, and I had to go to like this actual like little tiny newspaper in this town called Lake Mary, Florida, to get like copies of like some old articles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you're doing real legwork, real reporting.
Yeah, unlike Julie here, who's like, oh, here's a picture of two guys with a box. Oh, this proves it. But yeah, they're just gaming documentaries. And they take a lot of time, but they're fun too. I'm doing one on the X-Band right now where I'm actually, I don't know if I told you that. I got a couple interviews lined up with some guys that worked at X-Band. And one of the guys went on to become like the director of software development at Google.
Holy shit.
A few other things. Yeah. So I got a couple big time sit-down interviews that are going to be included in the next one.
So I got a quick question for you about the X-Band, technically how it worked, since we're just like waiting for this. So, for those of you who don't know, the X-Band was a modem designed for the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, where you could plug it in, there was a cartridge in between, and then you plugged in a phone line, and that allowed you to play multiplayer games, like, over a phone line with other people, which is crazy. Did it, like, take the button inputs and send them over the modem, and then put them into the right slot, or did games have to be programmed for it?
So there were a couple games that like Nintendo and Sega actively helped to make it compatible with the X-Band, but the way it worked was kind of like the game Genie, where it would intercept the game code and patch it on the fly to actually work with the X-Band.
Oh wow! So there were multiplayer versions that were patched from developers of specific games.
Yeah, I think it was like NBA Jam was one of them, and Killer Instinct was one of the ones that Nintendo had helped to like make pre-patched, where they but other games like Mario Kart, like they had to like figure out how to patch them on the fly. But yeah, it would just send your like once it connected you to somebody else, like it found somebody of your similar skill level, which is crazy. On a Super Nintendo or Genesis.
Wait, there was matchmaking on X-Band?
Yeah, there's matchmaking, there were leaderboards, there was email, and you could do this all on your Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis.
In what year? Like 1994?
Came out in 1994 was when it was first released.
Yeah, before this game even came out.
Yeah, and 95 was when it was nationwide, but yeah, man, it's crazy. They had like newsletters, like said email, leaderboards. It would match you up with somebody of similar skill level, and once it matched you up with somebody, it would actually then dial that person directly to their modem.
Wow!
In the background.
So it dialed one service to find who was ready to play, and then it would dial again direct connect for that person.
Right.
That seemed like a long time to get matched up, though.
It depends. So they initially launched it like in 5 markets, and then they like slowly expanded it with the idea being like, okay, we'll expand it a market at the time so that we'll get like a bunch of people in the markets or whatever.
I see. That's a smart way of doing it.
Yeah, but eventually they had like a 1-800 number that it would dial into, and you could like be matched up nationwide with people, but they would try to like do it locally first. But then there were like long distance charges. It was a bunch of crap, but yeah, it worked really well. It was only using a 2400 baud modem.
Crazy.
But since it's only sending the controller inputs, it would just drop. I think it was like 2 frames or something like that. to make up for the
latency.
the time it would take to transmit it.
Well,
and
plain old telephone lines didn't have a lot of latency to them back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. But so like I had a buddy. I didn't have one myself, but I had a friend who had it for the Genesis, and it worked perfectly. It worked just like if somebody was in the room with you.
That's
it was
crazy.
Insane.
And doing those things online right now is actually kind of difficult because we were just on your stream. You actually play multiplayer games through RetroArch, and and like sometimes those don't work on like 2018 internet. And yet they were doing multiplayer game by just sending inputs and keeping it in sync in like 1994.
It's crazy. And if you got a phone call like in the middle of it, like you could answer the phone call, do whatever, go back, it would reconnect you right where you left off. It would just pause both the machines.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's insane. All right. So anyway, if you want to know more about this stuff that he's talking about, you got to follow his channel. Did you link to your channel in the chat?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, that one's probably not going to be out for like about a month or so because I got to finish these interviews and.
Well, that's the cost of doing real research. Like those videos take a long time to produce.
I'll probably put something up on a shorter subject in between then, but yeah, I'm really excited about it, man. And the guys there's a team that's working on getting the X-bands to work again over modern internet. And
it's probably going to be worse than dialing though, because it's that latency.
So they've asked me not to like share how far along they are, but they're pretty far along.
You got secrets? I got secrets too.
They asked me not to share until the video comes out how far along they are, but they're further than most people think.
Welcome DTQ Irish. He's like, what is this? Well, son, you're in for a treat because we're going to Zombie Town.
This is The Walking Dead after Rick leaves.
This don't get me my hammer.
He's going on about his Hummer still. So I'm using my blowgun here to take out knives, grenades, bones, and skulls. No damage, no damage. Ah! Okay, I took a little bit of damage.
Radical dude, we're going in.
They're like, shit, we just fixed that gate. All right, let's do the swamp. And we got another thing. DOS Game Network asks if X-Band creators made X-Link Kai.
Yeah, I just wrote like a really long message replying to that.
So for those of you who are just joining, we are playing Corpse Killer on the Sega Saturn. Quite possibly one of the best FMV games ever made. I'm just gonna say that right there.
I don't know if I can say that. Why is that zombie laughing?
I don't know, because he's about ready to get me.
You know, I don't think that these people are dead.
Oh, good. I can heal up to 100%. All right, I am in a very good spot to go to the fortress now.
Good.
I should not lose this unless I sneeze.
I think my dog is asking to be let out the backyard to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, if you just missed it, we spent a little bit of time farming resources so that we can go to this end stage here. You want to have about 70 Datura armor-piercing bullets, plus a couple of the regular Datura bullets to go along to do a boss fight. You also want to have at least 70 health going into this thing, because you'll lose a lot of it, because they throw so many guys at you and they do a ton of damage to you. And it's done on purpose so that you have to go through and farm it again, because farming these resources not very easy. Also, these fucking scream sounds, like... The first time I heard them, I just couldn't stop but laughing. Oh, DTQ Irish, are you from, did you see us at DreamHack? Were you actually able to play Starship Commander? If that's so, you should tell everybody about our new game, what you thought of it.
Right, I am 90% sure this dog peed somewhere in the house. but I cannot find it.
Corporal serial number 557.
This guy is really hard to kill, by the way.
1369. Lost at sea.
He couldn't take it, Lieutenant. But he's about to experience a remarkable recovery.
Flip that switch, man, with that Dutch angle. Hot.
I mean, you know, they threw quite a bit of money behind this production.
Oh, yeah. Now he's got laser eyes. All right, so this is what this guy looks like, because you got to use the armor-piercing bullets, the green ones on him. Oh, I missed a lot of that. This is really bad.
Sorry, man, you got this.
Okay, good. Yeah, I used all my armor-piercing bullets, and I still didn't kill him.
These morphin effects, you know, they were not cheap back in the day.
It's morphin time. You can see the blue outline on his shoulder, though. Doss is asking, is this discount Luke Perry?
This guy might be a better actor.
Get Hellman. Don't let us down.
Take this post-it note.
Thanks, Duffy. We're gonna need that, but you're gonna need this.
You too, brah.
Fuck yeah, it's Friday, get drunk!
Where the fuck was he? Was he on the ground?
I don't know.
Just waiting, like, come on. Oh.
Not bad. And cute, too.
You're doing all right, Deadeye. Start watching.
All right, so now we're looking for zombies. I have no armor-piercing bullets, so if those armor-piercing guys come out, I'm kind of screwed.
Do you have like any save states with the for this game at all?
So I've got some backup strats just in case. Just in case shit goes south, but it shouldn't.
They should kill Winston.
I've got actually a lot of health, so I'll be okay if a couple armor-piercing guys come out. Because I still have a couple Datura bullets for those other guys. That guy needs armor-piercing, so I can't do anything.
So those guys with the capes that fly out, like I think I was reading in the manual that like their heads are made out of mud.
No, that's the big guy that comes out. His head's made out of mud.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Nice job.
It says, oh, their heads are mud encased.
I know. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Let's go ahead and save the game the way you're supposed to. So this is flash RAM technology from 1994. And then I push the L and R button to increment the file, and then I hit start. And there you go. If I die, I can come back to this part here. You can only save here.
Man, he asked if you've ever cosplayed as Alex.
I
don't know. Has Alex ever cosplayed as Alex?
That's Let's do Julie's next quest. I'm just like trying to wrap my mind around that question. I'm just like, wait, what?
What controller are you playing with?
Xbox.
Junk! Cover me. There's something going on over there. I gotta get a shot of.
She broke the car. She's got to go over there. It's okay. I've killed mini zombie before. So here's an interesting take. When we upload this video, it'll probably be like it'll be like the second resource of how to beat this game. And the other resource is for the Sega CD, which is not the same thing.
No, it's not.
So when we upload this will be the only resource on how to beat the Saturn game.
Yeah. I mean, some it's.
Submarine.
It's mostly similar, but there are some differences.
Incredible.
Yeah,
for sure.
Got to stop this guy.
All right, so let's see this piece of information she's got.
Hellman's got a sub. He must have slave crew half zombie eyes and stashed somewhere. They're loading, leaving soon. New Orleans, Miami. A little inlet could be just
How
the
are they
beginning.
unloading these
of the
boxes from the sub? How exactly? There are a couple things that didn't quite line up there.
All right, how much health did I have? Let's go for the AP bullets. So I'm not actually going for the serial killer or the rogue guys because you get the stick and the juju stick, and they basically prevent you from taking damage from those guys, which I'm killing already. I think it takes longer to get those things because it only takes like 1 or 2 bullets to kill those guys, and you can farm them faster versus like when you go to those other places, it's also random what you get. You may not get the sticks, you may get bullets, you may get breath. You don't know.
You may get bad acting.
Yeah, you may get ambushed.
I wish the final boss was Tom Zito, no makeup. Just his crazy curly hair.
So tell me a little bit more about Tom Zito. You keep mentioning this man. Who is Tom Zito? Who is he wearing?
Tom Zito, he's one of the founders of Digital Pictures, and he got the inspiration for creating FMV games from seeing the original NES and thinking that, hey, this isn't really that big of a leap graphically from the 2600 and the 5200, and he's like, oh, well, what if we use real footage? Those are the best graphics ever.
Yeah, like if we just used live action filming.
Now, to be in all fairness, he actually went to film school. He went to NYU, and Martin Scorsese was one of his professors. So
really?
You can thank Martin Scorsese for this, I guess. Yeah, this was his dream. The last game that Digital Pictures was going to pull out, though, it let you like move around within the world. It wasn't just.
But by that time, it was too late. They had already spent a lot of money.
Yep. Yeah, and that was one of the problems. These games, you know, I mean, we laugh at the sets and this and that, but
it's
really,
expensive. It was so fucking expensive to make back in the day because video production was not cheap.
Exactly. These games, were a few $1 million each to make. And as you can see in this game, like they're not using like a whole lot of blue screen and green screen. Like they're on actual sets, you know, when they're filming the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Julie, that acting doesn't come cheap.
So I think this would be an appropriate time to call out your buddy Ian's channel because he did a video on Project Nemo, which these games were designed for. Why don't you give us a little bit of background about Project Nemo and what?
So Project Nemo was a console that was never released. They were actually going to call it Control Vision once they were going to release it, but they ended up not releasing it. But it ended up being Nolan Bushnell had this company called Axon. He hired Tom Zito, and that's when Tom Zito actually pitched the whole like FMV game thing. And they created like a demo called Scene of Crime, which you can actually find on the 25th anniversary edition of coming out here. Night Trap.
but it's fucking hard because you have to 100% that game with no kills, with no deaths, which is already really hard. And we actually played that game early on our stream. If you want to see Night Trap 25th anniversary, which was a hell of a lot of fun.
And then but anyways, long story short, like Hasbro ended up like getting him. They ended up buying the rights because Nolan Bushnell was like, this is crazy. These games are going to cost like millions of dollars to do. This isn't what I want.
And so did Wing Commander, but look at how that game turned out.
Wow.
Wing Commander was like...
But Wing Commander limits its live video to like just cutscenes. Like
it wasn't integrated part of the gameplay, yeah.
Right. Tom Zito wants the FMV to be the game. You know? But and the interesting thing is like, so the way that they came up with how to do it though was that the ColecoVision is actually capable of showing live video, and you can overlay stuff on top of it. And they actually use like a board from the ColecoVision for their demo unit of the Nemo, which is like crazy to think about, you know. But yeah, eventually there was like this problem with like VRAM, video RAM, like getting like really expensive.
Yeah,
And,
like tripled in price.
Yeah.
It's basically like RAM right now. It's like, shit, RAM's expensive.
Yeah. And the Control Vision was going to rely heavily on having a lot more video RAM than most consoles at the time, because it was going to have to keep a bunch of like video ready to go, you know, depending on what you selected. So anyways, once that happened, it was going to make the console too expensive to put out, and Hasbro said, yeah, we've spent like 4 years on this and millions and millions of dollars. We're just going to cut bait.
Also, I like the fact that like I was killing like people in grandpa pants. Did you notice that? Like 1950s grandpa pants. Hey DTQ Irish, thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
So yeah, what DOS Gaming Network said is correct. They basically shot it up to like $300, and they were trying to keep it like around 100.
And it was supposed to basically be like a VHS player, is what it was, with like a video game built in. All right, so
yeah,
let's go to Zombie Town. I think I'm farmed up enough to do this. And if I'm not, then it'll be extra bad.
Going after last partner be bad news fight, soldier man. Them be ready for us. We got to get bullet power fast. We be meals on wheels.
He wouldn't be here if he couldn't deliver, Winston. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Jeez, those lines delivered with so much fervor.
Have they been sleeping together during this? I feel like we've missed something.
Her lines are oddly just like overly sexual, and it's like, what's even weird about it, it's like, girl, I don't, ma'am, no. Sophie's also asking why they assume you're a guy. That's something that we don't do in our game in Starship Commander. It's like, we don't assume that the player has a gender.
Yeah.
And we did the same thing in Saints Row when we built that.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the manual specifically specifies. Actually, does the manual doesn't really specify that you're a guy either. But in the game, they do.
It was a decision that they made.
It's in the 90s, man. Everybody was straight in the 90s, remember?
Yeah, everybody was a dude, too.
Apparently. Yeah, everybody was a dude.
To be fair, though, console gaming still, from a statistic standpoint, is still like about 90% male. But there are some games out there that are like have a large female base. So, like, for example, the Mass Effect series has like some crazy like 40% female base.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it just depends on the type of game that you've gotten. There's games for everybody.
So the man who wrote, spoilers, you were the Jeep the whole time.
It's not a Hummer though, so you can't romance Winston.
And DOS Gaming Network wrote, everyone was a Vato with a wallet. This dog. Come here, buddy. Wanna come up here?
No health, no loss, no whammies. Now, when you're at the boss fight, they put a lot of items that you can farm, but it's a farce because when you're at the boss fight, you have to just keep shooting at the guys because they send them so fast at you. The Manny's asking, can you assume that the player is an orangutan?
Oh man, there's a joke I'd like to make.
Fuck!
So it's weird, like in the shooting sections, like this one, like it looks like some of it is like bad CG. Like some of these structures.
Well, that just blew up for some reason. That was it. I didn't skip the cutscene. This was like, it exploded. Oh god, I'm fighting the grandpas again! They're coming at me fast! This is not good. I've got 71 health. I'm gonna barely make it out of this.
I like the guy in the pink polo shirt, just minding his own business.
What's the idea, Hellman? You gonna ride on this godforsaken rock? Wait for your worm-brain tools to chew your liver? You gotta have a plan of escape. And if you do, we're gonna screw it up. You can count on that!
He was a fine captain, Lieutenant. And now, he's a most worthy executioner.
Dude, he's fucking getting in my head now.
Yeah.
getting serious. All right, now I gotta focus on this, otherwise I will die. I know the stream likes it when I die, but it would be extra bad if I died.
How many bosses are there?
There's 3 plus Hellman. So this is the last boss, and then I gotta do Hellman. Good, good.
Yeah, that was quick. I mean, all things considered, this makeup's not bad in this game.
Oh, all the live action stuff is great. It's just that it was hindered by like kind of crappy 1990s technology, you know?
Yeah.
They wasn't the CDI, they didn't have MPEG.
Outstanding, Lieutenant. I had you pegged as one tough son of a gun, but the Navy never taught you moves like that.
Where's he gonna come from? The left, the right, behind?
You weren't supposed to know this stuff, but...
Gonna come from out of his jacket. Drink this, brah!
Drink.
Drink.
You shoot pretty good, GI. Take watch now. Shoot better.
Thanks for the great footage. Things were a bit touch and go. You're not losing your nerve, are you?
He's not losing nothing, gal. Get going.
Time to shooty shoot! She only likes straight shooters, and Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan only likes hot hands.
That's right.
How about a straight shooting, hot-handed 12-year-old?
12-year-old boy. That's what Hulk Hogan is into. Come here, kid. Touch my leathery skin.
This is actually really good, like, practical VFX stuff.
Yeah, it's a bummer that you couldn't get Thunder in Paradise working.
Well, that would require me buying a CDI.
It's totally worth it.
I will... Just because I've been hanging out with you, I may have to go buy a CDI. But I'm kind of waiting for, like, the $5 bonus that, like, Lazy Game Review got.
Right, no, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
Because they're like $250.
Yeah, I know. It sounds
And
like
they
a lot
may
of money.
work. They may not even work. They don't even tell you if they can work or
Listen,
not.
it sounds like a lot of money, but once you like
Here,
get one
you need this
and you
more
start
than
playing
I
it,
do.
you're like, you know what? I didn't pay enough. That's how much I love my CDI.
All right, so now Hellman has appeared on the map, and now we can go after him to finish
You know
the
where
game.
the freak is? It's getting in there that's a hell of a time. You'll need all the firepower you can lay your hands on.
Believe it or not, Hellman is not actually as hard as the other guys you just fought.
So when we were moving to the new house, I got movers because I'm lazy, and I was like, one of them almost picked up the CD. I was like, no. One of them picked up the CD. I'm like, let's
Who
go
touched
with me in the
Sasha?
car.
What's your pet name for your CDI?
I don't have a pet name for the CDI.
You don't.
man. I wouldn't disrespect the CDI by giving it a pet name. You know?
We'll see what happens after a couple drinks this weekend. you have a secret pet name that you haven't told us. I can almost guarantee it. Also, I think these sections are a lot harder now too.
Buddy, if I put you down, you're just going to try to get back up.
All right, I'm gonna full heal, and now it's time to start farming bullets because I will need those for the end. Oh, I should finish Winston's quest so we can get the good ending too. Story time!
Yeah, I'm wondering if the ending will be any different on the Saturn.
Have you actually beat this game?
No, but I've seen it beaten.
Okay. By who? There's like one video online of a guy beating it.
No, like in real life when it came out. In the 90s.
Back when things are more real. I'm waiting for like some big fucking thing to pop out at me and it's just like, nope. I was really tense when I played that the first time.
No, I had a buddy of mine beat this game when it came out.
Was he like one of those friends that is just like his parents wouldn't let him buy another game unless they beat one?
No, I think he like rented it. He had like everything Genesis. He was actually the guy that had the X-Band. Like,
really?
Yeah, he had like everything.
Radical man. There's a hammer in my future.
Oh boy.
He just got
Amazing.
like jewelry from like a little kid store.
Why is this guy so obsessed with buying a Hummer? Like,
Gotta have a deep character motivation, man.
it's not that deep.
All right,
man,
I'm gonna farm a couple APs and then we'll be coming up here on the end of the game here in the next 10, 15-ish minutes.
Okay, I think this dog is trying to go on TV. I'll be right back.
All right, go for it. So the Manny asks, how many arcade vouchers is a Hummer back then? I don't know. Oh, shit, I gotta focus. Can't focus on chat, there's too many zombies coming at me! Also, it doesn't help the fact that it is very hot where I'm living right now. And these lights and this intense gameplay got me sweating. Sweating up to working for a pizza. All right, got some APs. Let's turn them into Daturas. I believe I can finish the end of the game with just regular bullets, but I want to get a couple of these because there's going to be a couple guys that come out at me. Also, we'll wait for Yahel to come back because he says he's seen the ending. My guess is it's been a long time since the 90s. Fuck! Okay. Sorry. I'm so close to the screen right now that's still like a jump scare for me. So, in the Graveyard edition of this game, that is actually one of the features where they're like, hey, this is what you get. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. I think this is enough to go forward. Or actually, I can do one more farming round because we're waiting for Yahel to come back. So... there we go. Alright, get some more AP bullets.
Bogu Yaga, man. Say it with me now, huh? Bogu Yaga. I think he's getting it, guys.
Ambush!
Bug! Alright, we got ambushed on the way to getting bullets. That's
Man,
okay.
that face she made.
This is a lot easier than the fortress because the grenades take a long time to get to you, especially from the back. But they're really small.
These guys are fast.
Good, sir.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
I got ambushed, so like I didn't get anything out of this.
Oh, that sucks. Does it still count the quest as finished, or?
No, it doesn't. You don't get anything out of it when you get ambushed. You just have to try it again. All right, so we're ready to go take on Hellman. I've got enough health. I've got enough bullets, I think. So let's give this a shot. Here we go.
I believe in you.
This is where shit gets real crazy.
You want the piece of Haven now, huh? If they got the guts ground, we go for it. Straight to hell and back if possible.
Are you afraid of death, Lieutenant? Don't be. I won't bury you. My boys and I are taking our little show on the road. It's kind of a all-you-can-eat affair, or 3 squares a day, whichever. I offer travel, adventure. Be all that you can be, Lieutenant.
Them get to mainland, man. Spread bad. No stopping. Y'all over.
They got a sub that can land anywhere. They can raise millions of corpses in a matter of days. The government doesn't nuke them only because they can swarm into populated areas.
Please be the address.
All right, so Hellman's gonna turn himself into a zombie.
What are you afraid of, huh? That half-dead boogeyman in there. I spit on him. Come on.
So DOS Gaming wrote, Hulk Hogan would have already killed all the zombies and been demeaning a 13-year-old in VR.
Yep, and she's using the flash to keep them from...
Oh my god, you have a gun!
As long as I can survive this without taking too much damage, I should do okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're doing good. You didn't take any damage there.
Most radical gunfighter, man. We going in.
Now we're going into the skull.
Whatever we find in this place, bruh, I know you can handle it. I will be eating it.
Ah, shit! I got away from that quickly. Yeah. That's some House of the Dead shit right there.
I seen this before, bruh, in voodoo book called Death Bring a Wheel.
I love how he acts this part right here.
Works like a combination lock. Get back!
Welcome to Wheel of Voodoo.
Shanto! Yana!
I mean, literally just rocking it to the left and right.
Yeah, and he's got to hold it too.
It's not working. Watch this.
Oh, God.
The man, he says, spin the win! Sophie's asking if that was a hubcap spinner in the middle, but I don't think hubcap spinners existed back then.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that there were a few years after this game.
What are you whispering for, woman? The man just shot his gun off 200 times. I think Hellman knows we're here, don't you? Hey, Hellman! You stinking piece of subhuman dog meat! Here we are, man! Come on, get us! You cowardly weasel!
See this vial, Lieutenant? It holds your life's blood in it. It's the cure. But you're going to have to fight me for it. Because we are the new order!
Holy fuck!
Oh, it's getting real intense here.
So now you got this thing where you're just like, you're laying on the controller and you do not let up.
Why are they coming out of
They're coming out of his mouth!
Like, what is this?
All the enemies, the guy with the old pants.
This feels so lazy.
It's like the Star Fox boss fight. It's Andros.
Hey, Kevin Ball is here.
What's up, Kevin Ball?
What's up, Kevin?
You're here at the right spot. You're gonna see the end of this game. And he's turning more into a zombie as time goes on. Do I have enough health to withstand this? I don't know. I'm just going left and right of the controller. This looks a lot harder than it actually is.
Same way you open up a voodoo vault, apparently, left and right.
And so when you're playing this, you're like, am I supposed to be shooting him in the back with AP bullets? You know?
It's all over, brah. Radical conclusion.
Let me do that. Personally, I don't like heroes, but you'll do.
What?
And so those things are shooting laser cannons that explode. Why?
They couldn't afford to like do missiles or something.
Cavalry coming.
The press will be all over the island soon.
Why is she in a bikini? That's what you get for doing her quest.
Where are we going?
Guess so.
Driver.
To a armadillo, and I ain't gonna pay cash too.
And I'm going to pay cash too.
There you go. That is Corpse Killer, everybody.
It's amazing how short the FMV ending is. Because, like, I don't know, there's like cutscenes that are way longer than that ending.
Emmy's asking, why aren't the men naked?
But
they should have put him in.
Did it just
should have put him
freeze?
in like a little banana
I think it
hammock.
just
So there you go.
that's
the game. That's a game. It's a Tom Zito joint. That's what we do here with Human Interact and Wrestling with Gaming. We play only the finest FMV games that you can find.
Yeah, that was, out of all of the Tom Zito FMV games I've had the pleasure of playing, that's got to be pretty low on the list.
It tops things.
Be honest.
It tops things.
Top 6. There's only like 9 of them. Actually, no, there were like 15 of them. But I don't know, man. Like that's out of the games. That one's not as solid as some of the other efforts. The acting is better on this one than a lot of the other games, though.
So that wraps up Corpse Killer. Thank you very much for joining our stream. We stream every Friday. We're gonna have a VOD of this and every other stream we have on every Monday on YouTube. So you should subscribe, like, follow, comment, whatever you do. You have been a wonderful guest. How can we get a hold of you, and how can we watch your stuff?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Wrestles Gaming or youtube.com/Wrestling with Gaming, which I'm putting in the chat right now. And that's pretty much it.
Abby's telling us we should apologize with Jackbox.
if you subscribe to me, I do gaming documentaries. I do live stream on the weekends a lot. Usually like really crappy games.
And sometimes I show up every once in a while too.
Yeah, maybe this weekend actually. Yeah.
Just might have to do that.
We may, thanks to you, we've been playing like decent games the last few weeks, unfortunately.
You know what though? When you bust out Thunder in Paradise, it is always a great night.
It is. Unfortunately, I don't have my CDI unpacked yet, so I don't know if I'll be playing that this week.
Excuses.
I gotta wait for everything else to be done and leave that. You want the end.
So Kevin Ball says you're only second to PewDiePie. Is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
No, just thanks for having me. It was fun. Hopefully next time we'll figure out a way to do some CDI games. Convert some people to my cult.
Thank you very much for joining. We'll see you next week. Have a good time.